as we're here, we gon' be loving this moment. Everybody's stuck in the moment. This feeling's got us flying so high. Nobody really knows where they're going, but as long as we are here, we are right. Free from all the pain, from all the sorrow, free from all the rain, 'cause there will be tomorrow. Nobody really knows where we're going, but as long as we're here, we're gonna be loving this moment. I know you're a monster. I know you're a monster.
Hello, crypto guys and gals. Presenting to you day 2 of the 6-month crypto challenge. Your host, Mr. Techie. Take it away.
Thank you. That, ladies and gentlemen, was our very one and only Mr. Crypto Romeo. As always, with the amazing introductions. Thank you all for joining us today on day 2 of our 6-month challenge to turn $1,500 into 250,000. It's a long journey, and we're only just getting started. So, those of you who joined us yesterday, you will recognize these names in the room. We have Grizz, we have Dyjaklo, of course, Crypto Romeo, who did the introduction, and Cloud Champ Wes. Thank you very much, guys, for coming and for being with me again today. And I believe that we may also have possibly Koshka joining us a little bit later on. So just stay tuned, and we're going to see what's going to happen with all of that. Now, today was a bit of a crazy day in the market. But before we do anything, we want to check our balance, right? So every stream, we're going to start off by checking our balance. So we're logged into Binance right now, and we're going to go to estimated value. If you guys are just joining us for the first ever time and you're not aware of what this is, have a look at the link in the description. You will find the website where all the information is there. You will also find a link to the Discord server where we do a lot of the chat, where the amazing community is on, where everything is going on. And yeah, so it should all become clear. So we're starting today with 1432. All right, 1432.58. If you guys remember, we made this beautiful sheet yesterday. So 1432.58. All right. How much money did we make? We made $12. It's kind of enough for a pizza, isn't it, guys? Right?
Nice pizza.
I think we could get a nice pizza for that amount of money, depending where you are in the world. Well, I mean, if there's 1,000 of us having to share it, maybe it's not going to be so nice. All right, we made $12, but when we review how the market was today, you guys will understand why it's good that we still made some money rather than kind of lose any money. All right, just delete that. So I got a lot of feedback from people about the chart, about the sheets, whether you're doing it in Excel or in Google Sheets, and the feedback has been amazing. There's one slight modification that we're going to make a little bit later on, okay? But for now, we are at $1,432. We started with 1,420, okay? Yesterday, we barely made any trades. We didn't really make anything at all. So to be honest, I'm not even surprised that we haven't made a lot of money. I kind of expected that. So here's our assets, okay? And we can see that we are currently holding a little bit of XRP. We have 300 Ripple. We have 30 Icon. We have 9 Walton. We have a little bit of BNB. And if you guys remember, this is the Binance coin that allows you to get a 50% reduction on fees and stops you having what they call dust, which is fractions of a coin that you can't sell. So the fees don't come out of the coins, they come out of here. And as you can see, it's nicely ticking away. And then, of course, we have some Bitcoin in our wallet. Now, let's have a look at... I forgot what we said we were going to do. What was our plan for today, guys? My mind has kind of gone blank a bit.
I believe the first thing we were going to go through was Dyjaklo's chart.
No, Dyjaklo's chart we're going to do towards the end. Yeah, we're just going to review it. But, okay, before we look at any charts, guys, I have to give a very big thank you to BullsEye, who kindly took the time to write out the time codes for yesterday, for the video from yesterday. And he wrote out on the previous video. So basically, if you didn't watch it live and you watched the recap, then you should have seen like what time each section started and when it ended. So thank you very much, BullsEye. And then I got a nice question and comment from Mr. Yoko, not all in crypto. And he said on our sheet here where we calculate the trades, it's a very important point. I'd never even thought about this. We calculate the minimum sell as being the fees, correct? So it's the buy rate plus the fees. But technically, if you buy, you pay the fees, and then when you sell, you pay the fees again. So you're paying the fees twice. So technically, this here should be in, hold on, I've got a question here. I'm gonna try and follow up on the questions, guys. Where is it? I can't read that name. The last question there in the chat. When we ended yesterday, you didn't own XRP. No, we didn't own XRP, but we had put in some orders for XRP. Do you guys remember when we put in the orders and we said they probably won't be triggered right now, but we will leave them and then they will be triggered? Okay, so the order basically got filled while we were offline. We didn't touch, nothing has been touched in this account the whole day. Since we went offline yesterday, this account was logged out of, and we only just went back into it now, okay? So the order from yesterday got filled, and yeah, that's the reason why. Right, so Mr. Yoko, not all in crypto. His name is actually all in crypto, but we never go all in. So he suggested, or he commented that you actually pay the fees twice. You pay it once when you buy and once when you sell. Technically then, we should adjust this fee here. So you remember we said it's 0.05%, which is here. You have 0.05%. This here should now become 0.1%. Okay, so what we're going to do now, guys, is just to start off, I'm just going to modify each of these. Okay, I'm going to come out with a better way of doing this. Yep. Okay, so we're just going to leave it like that now. So now on the minimum sell, that's the amount, and then for 5% profit, 10% profit, and actual profit, etc. Okay. So that's the first modification we're going to do. I'm going to go through and do a more comprehensive guide. We're going to be adding a lot more features into these charts as we go along. Okay. that then it's so yeah, these calculations aren't exact. Okay, I got to go through, I got to do some crazy calculations, work out on the profit, on the loss, etc. Exactly how much the fees should be. It was a very important point. I'd never thought about that. I was always just using these as, oh, I'm sorry guys, I really am sorry, I forgot to zoom in on this. All right, there we go. Sorry guys, maybe that's a bit too big now. Let's go down to that. That's about nice. So all we did was we modified this one here from 0.5 and we made it 0.001. Okay, that's all we did. For now, this should be a good enough indication. I'm gonna have to do some full-on calculations to calculate, you know, how much exactly we need to have on a per profit basis, etc. But we bought some coins yesterday, okay, and so far we've only got XRP in here. So let me just remove this because we haven't sold anything yet. Let's go in and let's fill in the rest of our coins. So when we come back here now and we go to, we can go to, let's go into the exchange actually. Might as well go into the exchange from now. Okay. Oniron on Discord saying, wouldn't it be 0.5% when you buy and 0.5% when you sell? If you sell for more than you bought, you pay more fees than 0.1. And the reverse if you sell. Yeah, but for now, we're just going to keep this as an indication, okay, until I can do the full calculations. I didn't have a lot of time today, unfortunately, to prepare for this. And as we said to you guys, we want to try and keep it so that, you know, it's not a crazy amount of time every single day that someone's doing something, blah, 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 blah. So that's why I'm trying to only do the stuff related to the challenge within the 2 hours where you guys can see everything that's happening. Okay. So we bought XRP at 9972. So let's make sure that's in there. XRP at 9972. Great. We bought WTC at 28091. So I will copy that and I will come here. Wait, what coin was that again? WTC, isn't it? Yes, WTC. Okay, it was the same date as yesterday, since we bought it yesterday. So I'm just going to paste that in there. Come there, WTC. Okay, and then we bought ICX at this amount here. Copy that, go into our sheet. Oop. Paste it there. ICX, and again, this one here is the same date as that. Now I'm going to just click across all of these and then choose this little corner bit here and bring it down, and then we can have it there. So that's, now we have over here the rate that we need to sell at for each of these coins in order to make back the money that we spend on the fees when we buy and sell, in order to get a 5% profit and in order to get a 10% profit. So we've got our sheet updated right now. We updated our trades and we updated our daily. We only made $12, but it's okay. So now let's have a look at how each of our coins are doing. So first in our list is, if we come back here, first in our list is XRP. So let's come here, let's go all the way up to the top, and let's find our friend XRP. So now let me zoom out a bit. There we go, I think that should be okay. So yesterday we were about here, okay, where the crosshairs are right now. So if I zoom in, no. So we were about here yesterday when we bought. What happened after we bought? Ooh, it kind of started to really go down. The market had a major dip today or overnight if you were in the States. We went from all the way up here all the way down to 8,500. So we bought at, just check this again, we bought XRP at 9972 and it reached 8500. So it actually dropped quite a lot. But then what happened was that the market jumped up a hell of a lot. Okay, and then it kind of went down and bounced around and it's bouncing around all the way up to where we are now. And if you guys remember, we were talking about the candles. This here is currently the 15-minute view. That means that each candle represents 15 minutes of time and the movement within those 15 minutes of time. And if I zoom in now, you can see it's a little bit red over here. So the market went up and down and up and down, up and down. We're currently at 101.03. Or actually, let's take 101.20. We'll take 101.20. So now if we come here and we type in 101, nope, we don't want to do that. We want to come in and go 0.000.10120. We're at a plus 1.38% profit on XRP. If we were to sell right now, that's how much profit we would be in, okay? So that's on XRP. So even though the market crashed a lot, it kind of recovered a little bit afterwards. Okay, now let's have a look at Walton. I did see a comment from someone here just reminding me, if you click on this star and it goes gold, then anytime you want, you can click on favorites, and it only shows you the ones that you put the favorite sign next to. Okay, now we come here, we look at our friend Walton, and we might as well put the star on that, and we'll let Walton open up, and we can zoom out again till about here. So we started around this point here when we bought yesterday, and then the market went and it kind of crashed quite a lot, and then it came back up again. So currently Walton is at 28201, and we come here and we can go to 28201. I need to put in the zeros before it, I always forget that point. That doesn't seem right, does it, ladies and gentlemen? There we go. So we're actually still in a profit. We're in a 0.3% profit. Not even worth writing home about. But we put in a 0.3% profit for this one. Okay. Someone on YouTube saying, "Go to the total profit cell, please." Which one is the total profit cell? If you meant this one here, the actual profit, the calculation is based off of the actual cell divided by the minimum cell, and then you minus 1 in order to get the profit percentage. Okay. If you want to know how to make this, check out the first video. There was a guide on how to create this. We created it live on air. I didn't just save one and load it in, etc. We created it here just to see, so you guys can see how exactly to make it. All right. And finally, let's have a look at ICX, who is the other coin that we are holding right now. Okay, I'm going to put a star on him and click on him. And again, we're looking about where my cursor is right now. Immediately after, it kind of took a big drop. And it went all the way down. And then it recovered a bit. And it's back up, not quite as high as we bought it. So right now it's at 5997. And if I come here, and I put in 0.0005997, we see we're actually at almost 6% loss on this coin here. So, what do we learn from this? Well, in 24 hours, the market can move a lot. Like, it can move a hell of a lot. And essentially, you know, it's kind of a little bit difficult to ascertain exactly how the market's going to go. Now, are the market movements completely random? No, they are not. The market moves depending on the consensus of the people. If everybody believes the market will go up and people are buying lots of stuff, then the market will go up. But if people are a little bit afraid and they think the market's going to go down, everyone's going to want to sell. And when you have more sellers than buyers, that's when the market goes down. And when you have more buyers than sellers, that's when the market goes up. So, I've got a question here from the Geocache Hunter saying, "Sure, you made more Satoshi, but what about USD? If the BTC USDT went down too, your 1% profit could be a 5% loss." Yes, that is very, very true. Which is why when we started the day, and we started the daily, the first thing we did was we took the value of our USD dollar and we put it into here, exactly as we started. Okay, because on the challenge we're focusing on our dollar value. However, for the trades we're focusing on the Satoshi value. Okay, it's a little bit complicated. Some people like to just focus on the dollar value for their profit and loss, and some people like to focus on just their Satoshi value for everything. For us, we have a dollar target value. Okay, we don't have a Bitcoin value. Bitcoin could go up to $50,000 a Bitcoin, and then we're kind of stuck. You know, it's like, well, how are we going to come up to our target of, I don't know, 100 Bitcoin by the end of the year? You know, that means that we're going to need to reach $500,000. But on the trade, you can always base it off of the Satoshi value. Because in essence, when you're building up your Satoshi value, you are in turn building up your dollar value or your dollar potential value. That is why. I'm just having a quick look here for questions. Popcorn Ryan saying, what do I do for total profit sell? All right, so a lot of people actually, are you asking about this one, guys? It's very simple, okay? Just again, but check out the last video because it goes over it. You do the actual sell price divided by the minimum sell price in brackets minus 1, okay? Looking through, got some more questions here. Which indicators you use for buying these coins? We're going to go into indicators and stuff like that a little bit later on. It's not going to be done today. We're taking this very slow, very relaxed, very easy, guys. You know, we have confidence that we're going to reach our target and everything will be fine. Okay. We've got another question here saying, do you think it's safe to buy BTC right now? We will cover that. Can we be satisfied if day trading yielded 10% profit at the end of day? But for example, we could have made 15% if we just held the previous night's portfolio without touching. Dude, if you can make 10% profit per day, that is epic. Okay?
That's really good.
You know, 10% profit per day is insane. That's an amazing profit to make. All right. So that's why we are looking at our percentage per day, and our target is to reach on average, I believe it's about 2.4 or 2.7. I'm gonna do the calculation and I'll write it up here. Okay. So that's our target, to go from $1,500 to $250,000. Okay. So yeah, 10% profit, that's great. I see you've clarified your question at the bottom. You're saying yes, but compared to just holding and making more percentage, if you have confidence in the market, then yes, by all means hold. You know, we're only doing these numbers here as a guideline. You know, when I see XRP has gone above this number or around this number, I know I'm approximately 10% profit. Okay, I can then analyze the market and watch it and go, well, you know what, it's probably going to go up for another couple of days. I'm going to leave it. And then when I finally do sell, then I can come in here and type in my number and it will give me my exact profit amount. So these aren't like, we're not selling at 5% and selling at 10%. This here is just a quick guideline so you can see, yeah, I'm actually around, 10% profit. I'm actually around, 5%. I'm in between these two, I'm about, I don't know, 107, I'm about 7% profit then. So it's just a way of, giving you a quick way to just get an idea of where you are. Let's see any other questions. Okay, we've got a few questions, so I'm going to try and go through them quickly, guys, just so we can move on. Can you be at 10% profit and the day after 5%? Of course, you can be 10% one day and minus 10% the next day. This is cryptocurrencies, and the markets can change very, very quickly. All to the in. I think that's your name. Is it all to the in? What do you think about the market right now? It's been very bare. Yeah, we will cover that a bit later on. We're going to do a recap on the, we're going to do a review on the market as is. All to the in, have you made $250,000 before? Yes. Does that answer your question? Dimitri's, are we buying anything right now? No, we're not. Techie, if we are not on for the stream and miss the buy sells you make, will you be advising on how to make the buys at different times to the stream?
I answered him.
You answered him. Okay. You can watch. Yeah, you can watch the recap. We're never telling you guys buy this, buy that. We are telling you, okay, we're going to buy this at this price because we believe it's going to go in this direction. And then if you can catch it sooner or later or whatever it is, then that's great. This isn't a signals group, guys. If you're here for signals, okay, there's what is it currently? 42 million other YouTube channels who can give you signals. We aren't giving signals. This is a journey where you're going to learn to make your own signals. Okay. By the end of this 6 months, you will be the one creating signals. You may even decide to have your own signal group. You may even decide to teach other people how to trade. Okay. So this is what we're going for here. Okay, great. So Cloud Champ, thanks for that, buddy. Now, let me have a look on the Discord server. That's YouTube over and done with. I got some issues. The spreadsheet isn't showing my percentage. Joseph, then yep, we will have to fix it another time. Joseph, maybe send me a message or send one of the other guys a message, and somebody can maybe reach out and help you. So okay, now we can move on. Actually, Joseph said, Mr. Techie, are you going to go into why you feel something that will go up or down? Oh, he fixed it as well. Yes, we may go into that. We may go into why we believe things. We will definitely be doing that. Give me a sec. Okay. So yeah, we will definitely be going into this, guys. We're going to talk about what decisions we make and why we make them. The market today isn't really in that good of a way. Let me just go quickly, guys. Just a little bit off screen here. You guys can probably see a little thing in the corner.
Oh, can you hear me?
Oh, there you are. Hello, Koshka.
Oh, hi.
Hey, Koshka.
I couldn't see anybody. I'm like, huh?
Yep, we are here. So, ladies and gentlemen, Koshka is joining us. If you haven't checked out her profile on the website, then yep. Koshka, we were just reviewing what we bought yesterday and our nice, beautiful spreadsheet. Maybe just to follow along, Kosh, you can open up the stream on.
Yep, I'm watching it.
Okay, great, perfect. Okay, so there's a couple more questions that just came in, but guys, I'm just going to cover this and then we can come back to that. I kind of forgot what we were talking about. What were we talking about before we kept on jumping backwards and forwards? Yes, I don't know. I believe we were maybe talking about Satoshi value and dollar value, etc. But I explained that. Is that clear for everyone? I hope that's clear for everyone. Yeah, now let me just quickly read. With that in mind, would the less experience be better to wait to make buys until we have more content under our belt? Okay, guys, I'm going to clarify a few things. Right now, we are not starting with a lot of money. Some people are starting with more than the money that we are starting with for this challenge. Okay, so if you remember when we came here yesterday, I'm going to the daily, we started with $1,420. Okay, because I kind of ran out of time yesterday and wasn't able to make the proper transfers and everything, and you know, all of the stuff in what's it called? I wasn't able to make all the transfers and then the calculations and doing everything. So we started with a little bit less, $80 less, but it just means we just have to make $80 more. Some people are starting with more money than us. Some people are starting with less money than us. So for the immediate future, right now, we are looking at making more money in the short term. Now, some of you who are probably more seasoned traders or you've started trading recently, you would have heard the term a long hold or a short hold, okay? What is holding? Holding is when you have a coin in your possession, okay? So if we come up here and we go to our balances, then we can see that we have 1, XRP, 2, ICX, Walton, 3, BNB, 4, and BTC, 5. Technically, we don't really hold BTC. It's just more of a transaction. It's more of a trading coin. So technically, right now we're holding 4 coins. We have 4 coins in our possession. What is the difference between long hold and short hold? A long hold is when you buy a coin as a long-term investment. As an example, in the world of investing and in the world of business, very often you can invest into a company, you put in lots of money, and you just leave it. And then you come back and you check in a few years, and you're like, oh yeah, that gave me this amount of profit. Okay, I'll take a little bit of profit out, you know, I'll sell some shares or something. And then you wait a little bit longer, and then a few years later, you're like, oh yeah, I'm going to sell a few more shares. That's long holding. Short holding is literally like, there's this item for sale in this shop, all right? And I know that if I go to the market on Sunday, I can sell it for a little bit more money. So short holding is buying something with the intention to sell it in a very short period of time. Short holding can generally be up to 2 weeks, kind of as a maximum. I think generally after that it goes into a mid hold or a midterm hold, and a long hold is generally for months. So all of these right now, these are our short holds. Why? Because we are trying to sell them to make a profit, so we have more money, both in dollar value and in Satoshi value, to be able to buy even more coins. And then afterwards, down the line, I think maybe even in about a month, we might start to actually look at getting a lot of long holds and how to build the long holds up, and how to deal with that. So, just checking out for questions here again. Making like a question and answer at the end. Yep, I think we will do a 20-minute Q&A, possibly, maybe 15-minute, 10-minute, depending on the answers. We will have to go between YouTube, people asking on YouTube, and then people asking on Discord, because I've got like too many screens and my eyes will go crazy. Right, so we have talked about our coins. We have talked about our stack. Did we have a quick look at the market? So some people asked, why did the market go down so much? Come on, computer. Click. Click, 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 click. I gotta do it the old way. Please hold the line while we try to load the website. The charts know you are waiting. There we go. Alright, so we're back. Basically, the market since yesterday, I gotta zoom out again. Now we can zoom in a little bit. There we go. So the market since yesterday went down quite a lot on all of our coins. So we had ICX. That went down quite a bit. Okay. If we look at Walton, it's got a very almost identical dip. Okay. It kind of went down almost exactly the same. And guess what? Surprise, surprise. XRP, almost the exact same dip and rise and then continuation. Why did they do this? Well, the reason why is because our main trading coin, Bitcoin, if we have a look at that chart, and look at the pattern that it made. It came down, it dipped, it jumped up strong, it went along, and now it's kind of going a little bit sideways. So, when BTC makes a big move like this, generally all of the alts, okay, all of the other coins that we're trading with, they will follow the same movement. Now, on occasion, if BTC, Bitcoin, is more stable, some coins will follow the graph of Bitcoin and they will have an almost identical graph. Some coins will oppose the graph, so it will look like a mirror image. If Bitcoin goes down, then on the other chart, you'll see it going up. Okay, and some coins turn around to Bitcoin, put up the middle finger, and do their own shit, where they just go on and they don't care what the hell BTC is doing. So we've got three possible outcomes of what happens when BTC moves. The alts will go down with Bitcoin, they will go up in opposition to Bitcoin, or they will do their own shit. So, all of our coins dipped and moved because Bitcoin dipped and moved. And then the question will come, but why did Bitcoin dip and move? And to be honest, that's something that has been expected for a very, very, very long time now. I think John, CoinVX, who unfortunately is traveling today, and so he can't join us on the video, but he said, when was it, guys? He said 2 weeks ago or 10 days ago, was it, that he expects Bitcoin to dip down very hard?
Yeah, he expects it to dip. If it hits 7.6k and breaks it, then we're gonna free fall really low.
Okay, so about 2 weeks ago, John estimated that we are gonna have this major dip, and it was a very good estimation because it came and it arrived and we hit the dip. And what happened was, as it started to get closer and closer to the dip, people looked and they're like, oh my god, man, Bitcoin is so cheap. It's only $8,010 per Bitcoin? Like back when all the hype was going on in, when was it, October, November, September? And Bitcoin was $17,000? Like, this is practically for free, man. It's like 50-60% off. So a lot of people bought. And what happens? As I said to you guys, when there's more buyers than sellers, the price will go up. All right? But when there's more sellers than buyers, it will come down. So what happened was at 8,000, lots of people suddenly said, oh my God, that's so cheap, I got to buy it. And they bought all of them all at once. And that just sent the chart up. Okay? Until it came to a point where people were like, okay, now we're back at 9,000. Okay, I think I want to sell now, you know. If I bought at 8,000, if I bought one Bitcoin at 8,000 and it went up to 9,000 and I sold it there, that's $1,000 profit. And how long did it take? Remember, each of these are 15 minutes. 15, 30, 45, 1 hour. 1 hour and 90 minutes to make $1,000 if you had one Bitcoin. So, yeah, a lot of people sold. And then it went back down again because there were more sellers than buyers. And that journey has continued throughout the day. How can we tell the movements of Bitcoin? Or how can we tell the movements of any coin? How can we tell the movements of anything in the market? There's a lot of different ways. There's a lot of different schools of thought. There's a lot of different approaches. One of the more common ones is something called TA, or technical analysis. Technical analysis doesn't just exist in the world of crypto. It comes over from the world of stocks, commodities, precious metals and everything. They all use technical analysis to provide a small estimate or a small kind of guess or calculation of where a stock or where an item may possibly end up going. Now, is TA a kind of Bible or a guide? No, it is not. Is TA an exact science? No, it is not. Will TA tell you exactly where something will be at any point in time? Definitely not. TA is only an indicator to tell you it may go here. There is a chance that something will go here. How is TA made up? Technical analysis is based on mathematics and science. It's based on market history, and it's based on, crazy calculations and crazy estimations and crazy patterns and things like that. So we know that each of these are called candles, correct? So we said that yesterday, and we explained when they're red, it means it started up here and ended up going down here. And when it's green, it means it started at the bottom here and it went up there. So how could we tell that there was going to be a big crash? Or how did John tell? Is he some crazy prophet? Is he some, I don't know, does he have some connection to the crypto gods or something in some crazy way? No, he looked at a chart, okay? And I'm going to make this chart now, just so we can zoom out a little bit further. I'm going to make each of these candles 4 hours, okay? Actually, let me go even longer than that. Kosh, would you say it would be better to do it on a week or a day, just to get a nice overview?
I normally look at the day view. It just tells you, if you zoom out and if you really look at the big picture, you can see how high the coin went, because a lot of times people get stuck in smaller candles and they don't see what's going on. So Bitcoin is acting like any other coin, okay, just on a larger scale. So it went up because of the hype. The media caused a lot of it. Back in the fall of last year, the media was hyping Bitcoin quite a lot. So a lot of new people came in. They brought a lot more money in.
Yeah.
And then once it started to go down, there were a series of bad news basically being released, one after another. There was a few different things that affected the price of Bitcoin, so people started to be afraid. So you can see the large, long candles on one-day chart. This is people panic selling. And the panic sells were caused by, I don't know, I forgot what the news were, but anyway. So right now, the Bitcoin is losing steam. So it's going to go down for a while, and it's going to stay there for God knows how much. And I don't know when it's going to go back up. If it's going to go back up, nobody really knows any of this stuff. We can only react to the market as it is right now.
Yeah.
But believe me, in this bear market, if you play it safe, if you know how to trade, you will still be able to make good money.
Okay. So there's a couple of terms there, guys, that the new traders amongst us, or the aspiring traders amongst us, might not have quite recognized. The first one is bear, and I think Kosh also maybe said bull, or well, bull comes hand in hand with bear. So bear is like a big grizzly bear. We have our very own one here in our voice channel. You can see him there. Hello, Grizz.
Hey.
Yep. And we don't
Sorry,
have a bull.
I heard bear.
Yeah, we actually need to get a bull in here as well, so we can have a thing. Now, the term bulls and bears is very historic in the world of trading anything. Okay, essentially, you got to imagine it like this: when the market is in a bearish phase, or there's lots of bears, bears are very angry, they are very grizzly, and they just want to eat everything in their way. Okay, so they just come in and scare everybody off. Okay, bulls, on the other hand, okay, like to run, and they like to run very hard, and they don't like anything to get in their way, and they're just like drum, 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 drum. Okay, so bears are when the market is going down. Okay, that's when the bears come in and scare everybody away, and everyone's like, I'm gonna sell all my coins, Okay, and the bulls are when people are like, holy shit, this is going super fast, I'm gonna ride this bull. Okay, so since, let's have a look here, when was this? This was the 18th of December 2017. Okay, that is when we reached our beautiful peak of Bitcoin price being $19,798 per Bitcoin. Since that phase, we have been on a massive kind of slope going down. You guys can see it here, okay? From this day, we entered into a bearish phase. If we go back just a little bit, you guys can see from here up to here, we had lovely, beautiful growth. We had some days where there was just so much growth that people were kind of shitting their pants with how much money they were making, okay? So this here was a bullish phase, which then turned into a bearish phase, okay? And in between these two giant phases, if you zoom in, you can also see we had bullish coming down, sorry, bearish coming down here, followed by a bit of bullish, followed by a bit of bearish, bullish, bearish, bullish, bearish, bullish, bullish. What does bullish and bearish mean? It's always a constant battle between the bulls and the bears, the people who want to sell and the people who want to buy, the people who want the price to go up and the people who want the price to go down. So, right now, at this point in time, we are in a bearish market, okay? There's a lot of fear going on. People are afraid. They are selling their coins. They are selling everything, and they are really, really afraid. What do we call this? We covered it yesterday very quickly. This is called FUD. F-U-D. Fear, uncertainty, and doubt. What causes FUD? FUD is when news comes out that scares people. For example, if you guys heard tomorrow on the news, CNN coming and going, the headlines this hour, we have just discovered that Bitcoin is a big scam. Everybody should pull out now. That there is FUD. Because people will hear that. And then they'll be like, oh shit, man, that's a scam. I got to sell my coins. And remember, when you have more sellers than buyers, the market goes down. So that is why we have been in this phase. Because there's been a lot of news, a lot of rumors, a lot of fake news coming out, a lot of stuff happening, okay? That has been driving the price down kind of more and more and more. So, what does that actually mean? All right? And is that the only cause of the market going down? No. There are a lot of other reasons why a market would go down. It's not just about FUD. It could also be that too many people bought, and then everyone's like, oh god, okay, well, we kind of bought it all now, and, you know, what the hell are we going to do? Like, nobody else wants to buy. Well, I guess we just got to start selling then. And then that's when it goes from being that's when it goes from being a normal state into being what they call overbought. And when something's overbought, that's when it starts to dip in price. And the reverse happens when everybody sells, and then they're like, oh shit, like I don't have any anymore. What am I going to do? Then everybody starts buying, and then we go into overbought. So it's a constant tick and tock, a ping and a pong, and a slish and a slash in the market. Sometimes it can happen like this. If you look on days, you can have days where it's like that, and then up and down and up and down. You can even go into weeks, and you can see whole weeks. Look, we were going down, Then we went up for 2 weeks. Then we went down for 2 weeks. We went a little bit up for a week. Then we went down again. Okay, and you can even go as close in as 15 minutes and you will see the same patterns. People buying, realizing, oh shit, we bought too much. Nobody wants it anymore. Okay, let's sell. Sell. Oh shit, now it's cheap. Let's buy. So, what is the moral of all this? Why is Techie going on for like 20 minutes talking about some random shit? The market moves. It will always move because humans take part in the market. There are robots as well. There's something called bots, programmed machines which make market trades. But in general, in crypto, it's mostly humans. Okay? And humans with their emotions make the market move. So, when a few months ago or a few weeks ago, somebody came out and said, hey guys, Bitcoin's going to go down to 8,000. Yeah. You could have done some technical analysis. You could have analyzed the charts a little bit and gone in and realized, okay, I can see that happening. And we're going to look at a chart which Dyjaklo has made, and we're going to see what he made and how it looks. And basically, then people started to prepare, you know, some things, and they start to think, okay, I got to start selling because we're going to be going down. And as people started selling, more people started selling because they saw the market was going down and everybody started selling. And then suddenly everyone at this point here was like, oh, it's quite nice and cheap right now. I'm going to buy it. And then suddenly the same thing happened again and again. Okay? So, what is all of this about? This is all about the charts and how to read the charts. Okay? The charts tell you a story. They tell you a story of where things were, where they went, and how they are now. So looking at this chart right here, we can see, let me just zoom in a little bit. Sorry, zoom out to get an accurate thing. So this is approximately over the last 24 hours. We can see exactly where Bitcoin has been. People were confident, people lost confidence. People decided it was cheap, it went down, went up and down, up and down. Technical analysis takes patterns like these, okay, and it uses them to predict where it will go next. How does it do that? There are patterns within technical analysis which have been seen and analyzed and calculated and documented by scientists and experts and traders from all across the world. And every few years, a new guy comes out with a new theory on technical analysis. And the key word there was theory. Technical analysis is a theory to create predictions on possible outcomes. It is not gospel. It is not a guideline. It is just a way for you to realize where things may possibly go. So when John, 2 months ago or 2 weeks ago, did his technical analysis on Bitcoin, and he noticed some possible patterns and stuff in there, and he said, you know what, guys? I think we're going to reach all the way down there. Okay? And that's exactly what happened. His technical analysis was correct. The patterns he recognized were essentially correct. And the tools that he used to draw them were essentially correct. So what does technical analysis look like? So, Dyjaklo, are you still here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, have you updated your chart?
Yeah. Do you see all the different colored lines?
All right, I'm going to refresh it now. So guys, this here, right now, is a technical analysis chart that Dyjaklo has been working on. Let me just move that down, okay? And now you guys are going to be like, holy crap, what the hell is all of this? Oh my god, I can't see anything. It's fine. It's fine. Here is our Bitcoin. These are the same candles we were just looking at, okay? What time frame do each of these candles represent? It's written up here. 240 minutes, or 4 hours, essentially. So each one of these little candles represents 4 hours. And we can zoom in, and we can see exactly how the market has been moving on a 4 hour by 4 hour basis. So where's the technical analysis in this? There's two elements. There's two parts of it. There are indicators, such as this one here, MACD, MACD. We will cover this later on. We're going to be doing a full TA probably week even, where we look at different indicators, look at different things, how to draw lines, how to do stuff, etc. There's one called RSI. Okay, these are the ones that Dyjaklo uses. There are many, many others that lots of people all over the world use. And then, now is the juicy part. You can see some lines that Dyjaklo has drawn. Okay, and we're showing you this to you guys just to explain why Bitcoin went down and where we think it's going to go, and why today we're not going to make any trades. That's right, today we are not making any trades. We are not buying and we are not selling, because there is a lot of uncertainty in the market. So I'm going to hand over to Dyjaklo, okay, and he can explain to you why he, through his analysis, has come to the conclusion that Bitcoin might continue to drop a little bit further. Dyjaklo?
All right, hey guys. So right now I've tried to separate all the different colors into different time frames of how you should look at technical analysis. Now, some people may use different time frames. Some people may trade on the 15-minute, the 1 hour, the 4 hour, like whatever they want to use. It's all up to your style of trading and how often you want to make your trades. And also another point to make is that indicators, like Techie said earlier, are based on previous price action. So it's basically a way to look at how price is moving and how it possibly may move. And you can definitely take different types of information from that. And right now, the red, you can see that right now the price is bouncing around in the red channel. So that's the biggest one I have right now, and that's based on the 4-hour chart. As you can see that it's oscillating in there, but you don't really know when it's going to go up or down, right? The general direction is it's going downwards. So that's when you switch on to different time frames, and different time frames will give you a closer look at what the price is doing. So these are 4-hour candles. Inside each candle, there's a ton of price action going on that either the bulls or the bears are fighting to maintain. So you can think of it like a war, like the bulls versus the bears. Everyone's arguing over what price that Bitcoin should be, depending on news, depending on updates or whatever. And this goes for any coin out there. Now, what the next time frame that I've outlined here is the orange one, which I've kind of zoomed in a little bit, and that's based on the 1 hour. And as you can see, there's a I've drawn it into a pendant type shaped formation because the price has been bouncing around there, and that's a pattern that people can use to trade. And these patterns are how do you say it? These patterns are repeated throughout the history of most charts. Like you can look at any chart and you can try to spot these patterns. And what these lines represent are trend lines, what the price usually will not break out of. If the price breaks out of it, that causes a shock in the market, which means there's going to be a huge motion afterwards. If you can see, there's the light blue line. If you zoom out a little bit, you can see that we were following an uptrend, and the price never broke the light blue line until recently. Today at yesterday, it broke at 3 a.m. EST. It broke that blue line, as you can see. And after that, we've been going on a downtrend afterwards. So when it broke, there was huge shock to the market. Before that, the price was just bouncing around on that line for a while because no one expected it to break. Now that it's broken, we can draw new trend lines, such as the yellow trend line. And that's the more current one that I'm following right now. And right now, it's bouncing around in that channel for a little bit. Until it breaks a trend line, usually you can use that as a guideline for how the price action will move. And that's what technical analysis is. You try to use it as a guideline, as a as a indicator or as a reference for where the price can move next. And if you can zoom in a little bit closer on the green lines, uh, the price has been bouncing around there for a little bit as well. And if it breaks through the green line, we can definitely see a lot more price action happening, and it may drop down even lower to hit the bottom of the yellow trend line. So right now, I believe that the price action, if it goes even lower, it may even hit 7.6, 7.5. If it goes up and breaks through the yellow, top of the yellow, then we can see maybe start to see a recovery because it would have broken the yellow downtrend that we see. And TA is kind of like predicting the weather. Like, you never know, so you should always be prepared for anything. But it is a good reference to use whenever you're trying to get the bigger picture of where the price may go head.
All
All right, Taggy, you want to keep going?
Thank you very much, man. Yeah, so this here was just a very quick analysis of the current market of Bitcoin, okay, done by Dyjaklo. You can see his name there. Thank you very much, Dyjaklo. It's a very beautiful kind of way of trying to understand where the market may possibly go. Again, this isn't an absolute direct, yes, this is exactly where we are going to go, there are no other choices. No, it's trying to analyze the situation based on historical data, based on historical facts and patterns to try and estimate what possible outcomes they may be. So as you can see here, we bought, technically I believe we bought around here somewhere, where the cursor is right now. So if I zoom in, we bought around here. All right, and if I open up the chart over here, and I come to the same time period that he was on, okay, which is 4 hours. Come on, website. Come on, dear. All right, we're going to go to a 4-hour chart, okay? You can see here, it's exactly the same pattern that he had, okay? We bought around this time here, all right? This is when we logged off yesterday and we made our trade. And then the chart kind of went down and it bounced back up, all right? And if I go and I shrink the chart over here and we look at our favorite coins and we go into WTC, and we can make this one 15-minute, okay? Then zoom out, we can see this exact pattern as we bought around here. Remember here, it started to drop down, had a bounce back up, went across, exactly as here. We started around here, it broke through this blue line, okay? And when it breaks through one of these lines, which are drawn on the technical analysis, or the TA, then generally it's going to go a lot further down. There was a possibility that we stay around this blue line and we keep bouncing around here. So we dropped down, had a nice bounce back up, and now we're kind of going sideways. So right now the market is in quite an uncertain way. All right, we are right here right now. We are on this green line. A lot of people believe that it's going to break through this green line and the next candle that starts will start here and go down because it's past this green line. However, a lot of other people believe that what's going to happen is that the next candle is going to start and we're going to go up. What does this mean for us? If we make an investment today, there is a small chance that when we wake up tomorrow, we're going to be losing a lot of money. But there's also a chance that we're going to be making money. So what have we kind of done? If we shrink this down right now, and we go into our account, and we see all of the coins that we have. Okay, now we have Bitcoin at 0.08 of a Bitcoin. Our total value is 0.16. So we have half of our money right now on Bitcoin, and the other half of our money is distributed into other coins, XRP, ICX, and WTC. because there is a lot of uncertainty in the market, we could go down. If we don't do anything right now, then potentially we will end up tomorrow morning with less money than this. Because if the value of Bitcoin goes down and the charts do the same thing as they did yesterday, each of the coins drops as well, we're going to wake up with a lot less money. However, if it goes up, we're going to earn a lot more money. So I discussed this earlier with the guys, and the general consensus, the conversation feels like it was so long ago. These days are getting longer and longer. The general consensus that we had was to hold. Is that right, guys?
Yeah, right now, for now, just hold.
Yeah. So, for now, we are going to hold. Holding means not changing your position, not selling anything, and not buying anything. Why? Well, if we sell everything and then the market goes up, then we have to buy everything at a more expensive price. But if we hold and the market goes up, we are in profit. Now, what happens if the market goes down? If we sell everything and the market goes down, there's a chance we can buy things cheaper, and then things can go up. And then we make more profit. But if we hold and the market goes down, then we lose a little bit of money. So there's always a trade-off. You can either do something to make money, or you could do something to lose money. But because TA is not a pure accurate prediction, it's almost impossible to go through and say, yep, we're going to take this exact movement right now. Okay? Plus, you guys can see on the charts, if I just go back, I might as well open it up in a new tab. If we go back and have a look at the charts, and I will explain to you guys why we're not going to do that. From yesterday night, about here where we bought, in the space of 12 hours, Bitcoin went all the way down. But then it climbed again in the space of 2 hours or 2.5 hours. It climbed all the way back up. We are not going to be online for when the big dip happens. So if we sell right now, imagine this is tomorrow's chart. We don't know what it's going to look like, but imagine it looks like this. Imagine tomorrow looks exactly like this. If we were to sell here at the top and Bitcoin was to in fact go down, we have such a tiny time frame to buy back in order to make our profit. Otherwise, we have missed it and we are exactly the same position we were at. And sometimes, and very often, more times than not, Bitcoin will bounce back up higher than the previous value. Okay? That is why for tonight, we are going to hold our coins. Now, there is a chance. There is a small chance, guys, that Bitcoin is going to go up. And if it does, our balance is going to go up. And tomorrow when we start the stream, we're all going to be happy. But in the case where Bitcoin does go down, okay, and our balance does go down, there's one very, very, very important thing to remember. Whenever it goes down, it comes up. And it goes down, and it comes up. If we lose money overnight, we can make the money back. It's not an issue. But if we pull out and we sit there all afraid, and everybody in the market does the same thing, we're just going to go down, and then we're going to miss out buying back in, and so we're not going to be able to do it. So our position for tonight, guys, is we are going to hold our coins. Okay? We are not going to sell anything. This is our position. This is our move. This is what we are going to do. Okay? If you believe that you will be online when the dip happens, and trust me, guys, I sat watching. I'm going to show you guys here. Okay? I have been looking at this screen here for the last 3 weeks. Approximately 16 hours a day for 3 weeks, this screen here has been in front of me. Do you want to know how many times I missed the dip? 80% of the time I missed the dip. And the damn charts are open in front of me. Okay? Yes, there are things that you can do in order to ensure that you don't always miss the dip. Yes, there are things that you can do in order to ensure that you kind of, you're around. You can set alerts and you can do things like that. But that's another story for another day. If we were to go today and tell everybody how to set up alerts on Android and then iOS, and those of you using Chrome, and if you have an account here, we'll be here till Bitcoin dips and comes back up again. All right, so we don't want to do that today. Instead, we're going to just hold our position. And if Bitcoin goes down, we're going to realize, guys, we lost a little bit of money, but we're going to hold, and then we can buy more. We have more Bitcoin. So if tomorrow we come online and everything is super cheap, we have more money, Bitcoin, that we can buy other coins with. And then when they go up, they will make a nice profit, which will allow us then to negate or to overwrite the loss that we made tonight. So this is our position. As I said earlier, you are welcome to do your own analysis. You are welcome to make your own mind up as to what thing you want to do. Someone said, can't you just do an auto buy? No, because we don't know how low it's going to dip. And we don't know if it is going to dip. Remember, it could go up. So if we sell now and it goes up, then it's going to be like, oh shit, I got to buy everything 10 times more expensive now. Okay? And if you're new, the best advice is just to hold. All right? Just hold and let's see which way the market goes. And once the market has made a move, we can come back, we can reanalyze it, and we can say, okay, this is where the market went. We can have a look at some TA, and we can say, okay, the charts are saying with these lines and everything that the coin may move in that direction, or it may move in downward direction. We can reanalyze everything at that point in time. I'm just gonna have a quick look through some questions and stuff. Robert saying, I believe it was answered by Wes. Yep, we are staying in WT. We are staying in whatever we are holding in our account. I know some people want to go into USDT, which is the United States dollar tether, but we are not. We are just going to stay as we are. We are playing it safe. We are waiting for the market to decide which way it wants to go, and that's it. Let's see how long we have been going on for. Okay, we've been going on for a nice amount of time. Now, guys, are there any questions? We're going to do a quick question and answer session. Okay. Are there any questions that you want to ask? And possibly, okay. I'm going to read a question here from Joseph saying, so, I have a TA question. I understand how the prediction lines can predict a pattern and how you can talk about breaking resistance, but can you tell how low it will go? Okay, that's maybe getting a bit more into advanced TA. I'm going to cover it very slowly, or maybe Dyjaklo, maybe you want to take this question and cover it. Joseph Vegas asking.
Okay, so
yeah.
Give me a second.
Okay. In the meantime, I'm going to see what people are saying now. Dimitri's saying, is this safe? I want to mimic the trades. This is very safe. What we are doing is the safest measure that you can do, sir. Or in USDT. Yep, that's also safe. You can stay in there if you wish. Go on.
Okay, so you can try to tell where the bottom is, but if it breaks a support line, right? Zoom out of the time frame that you're in and try to look for the bottom of the next support. So there's always a bigger picture. It's like you can look at the price action on the 4 hour and then zoom into the 1 hour and then zoom into the 15-minute. All of the movement looks very similar. It's just candles, right? So that's it. Within each candle are multiple candles, depending on what time frame you're looking at. So just look at the bigger picture and you can find stronger and stronger support lines.
All right. So Joseph, I hope that answered your question. We will, guys, as I said, we will probably be doing a very long, maybe 1 week long, where we talk about where we talk about technical analysis, the various patterns in charts. There's lots of crazy words like, you know, what's a bull run, what's a pennant, what's a channel, what's head and shoulders, you know, something like this here. They call it head and shoulders, or people like to call it head and shoulders. What's a dead cat bounce? What's a what other terms are there's a cup and handle, you know. There's lots of different patterns that come into. There's flags, yeah, there's flags. There's lots and lots and lots of different patterns of candles that allow you to estimate to within, I don't know, 80% accuracy the movement of something. Okay, so we'll cover all of that into a lot of depth. I'm just reading some questions. Koshka's doing a great job answering the questions for you guys on the Discord server, so I'm going to have a quick look over at YouTube chat and see. The favorite coin you like to watch besides yo-yo? There's, for those of you who aren't aware, there's a coin called yo-yo, and I love it. I love I don't like the technology. I don't like the coin itself. I just love the name and watching it, because its charts kind of actually do look a little bit like a yo-yo. It goes up and it goes down, and it goes up and it goes down. So for me, it's a very entertaining one to watch. Besides yo-yo, I don't really have a favorite coin that I like to watch. There's favorite coins. I don't watch them very closely though. My favorite coin is Ethereum. ETH is the ticker code. The ticker code is basically the summary, the 3 letters usually, or sometimes 4 letters, sometimes 2 letters. That's called a ticker code. It comes from the old days when the stock exchanges, you know, they used to have. Let me bring up a screen here. Just going to put in stock exchange and see images, and here we go. Okay, so in exchanges many years ago, they used to have these screens where it was more like this, okay, where it was individual dots, okay, that move across the screen. And these systems were called tickers, where information moves across a screen at a kind of steady rate, and it shows lots of information. And back in the days of trading, instead of having the full company name written out there, which would take up obviously a hell of a lot of space, could you imagine like a massive company name taking up the whole display? They came out with something called ticker codes, and ticker codes are the shortened characters. So my favorite coin is Ethereum, and its ticker code is ETH. Walton's ticker code is WTC, okay, and Bitcoin's ticker code is BTC. Usually 3 letters, sometimes 4 letters, sometimes 2 letters. Dyjaklo or anyone else, Grizz perhaps, Kosh, Crypto Romeo, Wes, what are your favorite coins, guys?
Icon, ICX.
Okay, so Wes likes his ICX.
And Litecoin.
And Litecoin, okay. Two very good coins as well. Kosh, oh, okay, Kosh left. No, she's back. Hello, Kosh.
Yeah, sorry. I got disconnected for a second.
That's
What was
okay.
the question?
What's your favorite coin that you like to watch?
I don't have a favorite coin per se, but I do have a coin that I made a lot of money off when trading it, and that's Ethereum, because I actively trade it every day. I'm in that coin. I buy every single dip, and I make really good money on it. So, but I trade differently, you know. So.
Okay. Grizz, are you online, or Dyjaklo perhaps? I think Grizz is muted. I think he's away for a short while. Dyjaklo.
Yes, what's up?
What's your favorite coin, buddy?
Tronics.
Ooh.
TRX for the win.
TRX. Okay. All right, so there you go. I hope that answers your question about our favorite coins. Dimitri's again asking, is it safe? Dimitri's, you are welcome to follow our trades, and you will be in the same position we are in. If you feel that you want to take a different path, you are more than welcome to take a different path. We are taking the safest path available to us right now. Okay. Christopher saying, should we set an open order to sell WTC, XRP, ICX for BTC?
I answered it.
You answered it. Great. Okay.
Yep.
Thank you very much. Let me see. Oh, so you've answered most of the questions then. Can you explain why many alts follow the price of BTC to the candle by... Okay. It's a very good question. The actual answer for it, I'm not completely aware of. Sometimes an alt will follow BTC and then 2 hours later that alt will do the complete opposite of BTC. In general, people like to keep the dollar value of a coin the same for very strong coins. And so when BTC makes a move up, the alt will go down because then the dollar value stays the same, or the opposite happens. Now, why do sometimes coins follow and sometimes they don't? It honestly depends on the confidence of the people who hold that coin when they're buying and selling. And that is essentially it. Sometimes they are more confident. Sometimes they are just looking at Bitcoin and just following what Bitcoin is doing. And I mean, that's what I believe is the thing. Kush, maybe, do you have an idea why some coins sometimes follow BTC and other times they don't?
Yeah, because a lot of times the reason why a lot of coins go up is because of the hype, the news. So you can see that if there's any news coming out or people are saying, oh, ABC coin is going to have a great announcement in a week, then that coin is being pumped because everybody wants to jump on it and make some fast gains. But a lot of times when the coin is in between announcements, when there's no progress from developers, when it has another month, 2 months before something, decent comes out, the coin is just going to automatically follow BTC because people are getting rid of it. They're like, I'll sell it right now because this coin is useless right now. It's not going to bring me anything within the next 2 days. So I'm going to dump it and I'm going to buy in BTC lower, or I'm going to transfer it to another coin or go fiat. It's just how the market is manipulated. Guys, you have to realize this is not a normal market, the one that you're probably used to seeing, in real life on Wall Street. This is a highly, highly manipulated environment. And most of the stuff is manipulated by people who have a lot of money. So you can get caught in something. And although you believe that this coin is wonderful and great, it might, lose you money. So just be very, very careful when you trade. Do not try to get into a coin that you're not sure of, and never buy when the candle is green. Always buy when it's going down. You're lowering your chances of losing money that way.
Yeah, that's
hopefully that explains some.
Yeah, it's very, very sound advice. As you guys remember yesterday, we said the first rule of crypto, never talk about crypto. The second rule of crypto, you buy it when it's red, you buy when the candles are red, and you sell when they are green. So Kushka touched on that point as well. Unfortunately, she wasn't here with us yesterday, but it's good to have her here with us today. I'm just going to quickly check for any other questions, guys, and then maybe we will close the session. Dimitri's, they're replying to Dimitri. Okay. Zanra, I hope I got that right. Can we set a BTC buy order around 7.5k since we're expecting for BTC to go down even more? We are not completely sure if BTC is going to go down yet. Okay. It may go down and it may go up. So if you are holding USDT, United States Dollar Tether, okay, and you're not holding Bitcoin and you think that it will go down to 7.5k, then by all means, put in a buy order around 7.5k, okay, and hopefully then over the next few hours your order will be triggered. But you also got to realize if Bitcoin does go up in price, then you'll have to buy Bitcoin at a higher price. So again, this is why we're taking the position of just holding everything, not doing anything, not making any changes. We are 50% in Bitcoin and we are 50% into alts or other coins. And that's the position that we are taking. But if you feel more comfortable taking another one, then by all means. Banu says, I was doing the opposite, buying green and selling red. Yep, that's okay, man. You just need to change now and start to flip it around. You buy it when it's red and you sell it when it's green, okay? Having a look now at some other questions. I know Kushka's really active right now on the Discord server. Again, guys, if you've joined us and you don't know what exactly is going on, this here is a 6-month challenge to turn $1,500, even though we only started with 1,420, into $250,000. And along the way, we are going to try and explain everything to you guys. We are going to teach you everything you need to know to become a trader. This is not a signals group. This is not a pump and dump scheme. This is not a buy and sell. This is a journey for you to learn. This is a journey for you to understand and to become a wise trader. Check out the website. It's in the description below. If you haven't joined our Discord server, there's a very active community there, over 3,000 members. There are people, moderators on voice, probably about 18 hours per day, giving advice and talking about things and talking about the news as it happens, talking about the charts as they happen. So I would definitely suggest that you go and you check the Discord server out. Also, if you're just tuning in and you like this, please give a thumbs up on the video and share it. Tweet about it, put it on your Facebook, wherever it may be. Okay. The more people that are here, the more people that can make use of all of this. All right. So I don't see any more questions right now. Clark Kent said, it's going to be hard these days to make money with the uncertain BTC. Popcorn replied, no, because you can short during bear markets to still make profits. Yes, but not that much. Okay, it's a bit of a conversation going on over there. I'm not going to cover it. Any of you guys with me in the server, do you have anything you wish to add onto the stuff for this evening? Any last words of wisdom?
Everyone, please utilize these tools we're giving you. Please, please, please. Don't try to go off and do your own thing. You're here to learn, so please make good use of this information. All right, thank you.
Yep. So guys, yesterday we gave a 2-hour session, okay, where we introduced our sheet here. And I have to say something. A lot of people were asking, hey, can you just send me the link so I can download it and then, and then I don't have to make it? No, guys, actually making it is how you will understand how it works, okay? When you understand how something works, you can really start to dive into it and you can start to customize it and you can start to make your own additions to it. You can realize the stuff. You actually understand how you made 0.87% profit on that one day. You can realize how that trade made you that 1.38%. You can realize all this stuff. So please go back and watch the video from yesterday. Very kindly, BullsEye put in the timestamps in the description, so you can just click and it will take you straight to where we start to make the charts. But do this. This is a very, very valuable tool. I've had traders that I think some guy said to me he was trading for 9 months. And yesterday he checked out the stream, and in the beginning he was like, oh my god, this is like A, B, C, D, alphabet kindergarten stuff for me. What the hell is going on? Until he saw the sheet. And he said for the first time ever in his months and months of trading, he actually made a sheet and he used it to track a few of his trades that he did today. And he could actually see, I made 10 point something something percent profit on this trade. I made 5 point something something percent on this trade. And just seeing those numbers, realizing the percentages that you're making, that makes a very, very big difference. Do we have a class tomorrow? Yep, we will have a session tomorrow, guys. Same time. We're starting 7 p.m. EST. If you're in Europe, it is approximately 1 a.m. Central European time. If you're in the UK, it's midnight UK time. Popcorn just quickly asking, you will up your BTC stack then when BTC returns to formal to hand. Yep, okay, that's again a couple of comments there. And Kushka looking after things in the server. So guys, I think that will be it for tonight. We don't really have that much else to cover since we're holding our position and we don't want to kind of confuse everyone. We don't want people to start to panic or anything. If you wake up tomorrow and the market is a little bit red, don't worry about it. It will come straight back up. If you're worried and you're stressed and you're thinking, oh my God, I'm losing money, come into the Discord server. I will be around. Other people will be around. We can talk to you. We can tell you on a live basis how Bitcoin is moving. Okay. And then basically you can take it from there and you can relax and you can enjoy. So other than that then, guys, I'm going to wish you all a good evening, a good night and a good morning, wherever you are in the world. And from everyone on the team here, We had with us today Cloud Champ Wes, we had Dyjaklo, we had Grizz, we had Koshka. We did have Crypto Romeo, but he had to step out for a bit. So thank you very much to all of you, and thank you to everyone taking part in the chat as well. And remember, like the video, share it around. This is free knowledge. We're trying to help you guys to become the best traders possible. And along that journey, you're going to make a lot of money. So why not share the love? Share it with other people. Check out the website as well. It will help clarify a lot of things. And that's it. We will be back tonight. Take care. Good night.